Hello everybody, welcome back to the Crooked Hour. Today we're going to be talking about why I feel like Israel Adesanya needs to do something impressive in his next fight. Now, I don't mean to win, like he can win by outpointing. I mean, that's what he's been doing. Winning by outpointing, I feel like that's the obvious way he beats Alex Periera, but I feel like for the fans, the fans have kind of turned against him. His own fans have turned against him. And, I can sort of relate because up until the Jared Cannonier fight, I was kind of bored. I was bored. And then leading into the Jared Cannonier fight, he was saying, I'm really going to put on a show. I'm going to finish this guy. I'm going to show you all what I'm really made of. And I thought, all right, Israel, all right, I'm feeling you. Let's see what you can do. And then boom, he just puts on the same performance he always puts on, just leg kick, run. And it's become a bit of a pattern for his last three fights against Marvin, against Rob, and then against Jared Cannonier. And I feel like if it happens for a fourth time here, people are going to be scratching heads. People are going to be like, really? Like, even if he beats Alex Periera, I mean, that is impressive in itself. To beat the person who's beat you twice in kickboxing, that's impressive, but I feel like if he does it by leg kick, jab, skate the octagon, jab, leg kick, skate the octagon, it's going to get boring and people are going to be like, well, why do I want to watch this guy? People watch UFC for all different reasons, I like to watch it for, of course, entertainment, but I find a lot of the fights that are technical more entertaining than the slugfest, but there's a limit to that. It's like Robert Whittaker's last performance. Very technical. He didn't get the finish, but he was still putting on a lot of damage against Marvin Vettori. And when you look at Israel, he's not really going in for the kill. He's just being very defensive, which is a perfect way to win. I mean, that's how he wins, and it's very good to win like that, but it's like, come on, man. There's like a limit to where you've got to put out a little bit of risk, for the fans. For the fans, you got to put on a show. But, I mean, he must just hold the title to such a point where he just doesn't want to take those risks, which is fair enough. For the fans, I feel like he really needs to do something impressive, and I don't even mean a KO. Even just to do some takedowns, If he takes this down and shows off some offensive grappling, some offensive jiu-jitsu, I'll be impressed. I'll be like, damn, this is a new aspect to his game. He just did that to Alex Periera. He showed that he's a mixed martial artist. But if he just does what he's been doing, leg kick, jab, move, leg kick, jab, move, I'll be like, come on. He's got to do something new in this fight. He's got to at least put on the pressure, and this is the worst fight to put on the pressure. It would have been better to put on the pressure more against Robert Whittaker or Marvin Vettori. Those are the fights where you want to show that you've leveled up. I mean, it showed that Robert Whittaker's got a lot better and Israel Adesanya has not got much better in their second fight. Because in the first fight, he went out and staunched him. In the second fight, Robert Whittaker was arguably won that fight. I mean, a lot of people think he won that fight. I don't. I think it was a very close fight. When you get to that point when you're the champ where you're just winning by points and then not really acknowledging it, like he's going out saying, yeah, I fucked Robert Whittaker up. There's no chance he beat me. But the facts are it was a close fight. No matter who won, no matter who you think won, you can't argue that wasn't a close fight. And when the first fight you went out and starched him, second fight, more competitive fight, I mean, it's just showing something. And even if he beats Alex Periera, but he does it in the strategic, defensive way, he does it against everybody, questions will start to come up of what happens if he fights a Hamzat? What happens if, Alex Periera gets some more wins and gets a rematch? What happens if he fights Robert Whittaker again and Robert Whittaker fights Paulo Costa next and starches him? These are questions you got to start asking when, you have a guy who's just so good defensively but lacking in a bit of offense. But we know he can be offensive. We know he can. He's done it before, but we need to see it again. And this is the perfect fight to show, this guy beat me twice in kickboxing. He did. He beat me twice in kickboxing, but now we're back. Now we're in the UFC. Now we're in my grounds, and I'm going to do the same to you. I'm going to knock you out, Alex Periera. That should be his mindset. I mean, am I crazy to say that he needs to do something impressive in this fight for the fans? Not for his career, not to win the fight. I feel like he just needs to do something impressive to get everybody back on board, because everybody's hopping off the train. He needs to get people back on the train, and he can't do that by fighting how he has. People like him because he's a champ, and a dominant champ. You know, he beats everybody. He beats Robert Whittaker, who's the second best middleweight ever. You know, you see what he does to other people, and he can't do that to Israel. We know Israel's good, but it's got to get to a point where he's got to show more. I don't know if I'm alone on that. You let me know down in the comments. Am I alone on that? What do you think? Do you think he can just keep fighting how he does and you're fine with it? Or do you think he needs to do something more to kind of show a bit more entertainment for the fans, or what? And just a disclaimer before you guys comment, oh, you hate Israel. I don't mind Israel, you know. I just find that his fights have been boring. And I'm not saying he has to do this to win fights. I'm saying he should do this to keep fans. He needs to do this to keep fans and keep people. Imagine the difference if he gets a unanimous decision against Alex Periera, leg kicking and jabbing and keeping distance for all the rounds, compared to if he goes out there and starches Alex Periera. I mean, the hype will be back up, and that's what I'm saying. He needs to get that hype back up. Anyway, guys, that's it for this video. Appreciate you all for dropping by, and as always, have a good one.